My first review in over 2 years. Yes, let's go. Hello, beautiful people. I hope y'all are doing well. Okay, so today I am bringing you guys my first review in over 2 years. And as you can see by the title, today we are going to be reviewing Pit Babe. Yeah. Well, technically, it's going to be more of a rant, more of a chat, but I'm still going to tell you guys what I thought, if it's worth watching, if it's not, if I enjoyed it, if I didn't. And because I will be going into some details a little spoiler alert is in effect. But of course, as I usually used to do, I'm just going to start with non-spoilers first, get that out of the way, then we can dig deep into the juicy parts, okay? Okay, let's go. Alright, so for the people who do not know what Pit Babe is, I'm going to try and give you guys a synopsis. I'm gonna try my hardest. It's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try my hardest. And the reason why it's going to be difficult is because Pit Babe is one of those things, I don't know if you guys have them, but I have quite a few. But one of those things where your mind understands what's going on, but it's really hard to put it into words. So I'm going to try my best. If it's a little vague, ask me. Alright, so long story short, Pit Babe follows this dude named Babe, shocker, and Babe is a Formula One type of race. Think Louis Hamilton. Louis Hamilton is him, okay. And yeah, he's the best of the best. And one day in comes this person named Charlie, and Charlie tells him that he is his biggest fan, right? And he wants to be a racer as well, just like Babe, and asks him to borrow him his car because he can't afford to rent one himself to practice on. And he begs Babe, and Babe is like, nah. And he's like, please. And he says, I will do anything. The most dangerous sentence you can ever say, in my opinion. Babe agrees to that, and that is basically the beginning of a very, very, very eventful storyline. But apart from it just being, a normal story about Babe who's a Formula One, I don't even know if it's called Formula One, but I'm gonna go with it. Story has a supernatural element to it, right? So in this world, there are these two categories of people called enigmas and alphas, right? Basically, it's these supernatural people, and they have these powers. They all possess different powers. Like Babe has the power, he has heightened senses. Okay, super heightened senses. There is another character called Way, and he's an enigma, and his power is hypnosis. That's the best way I can try and explain it. So all these different enigmas and these different alphas all possess different powers. Okay. Now at the top of this whole thing, there's this man called Tony, and Tony has this foundation where he houses these kids, and basically has a facade and telling the people that this is where he's going to raise orphans and do the mess and then he's going to allow people to adopt these children, right? Oh my gosh, sounds like such a wholesome man. But at the end of the day, it's literally just a facade, and the truth is that he is trafficking these poor kids. And all of the characters in this story, like Babe, Charlie, Way, and so many more, were all part of this whole thing. They grew up in this house. Some of them ran away. Some of them are still living in that house, still following Tony's instructions and stuff, and we just see how that unfolds, because Babe and a bunch of his other friends want to stop this from happening, and that is like the huge fight within the story where they want to fight and stop Tony, and Tony is just not backing down. So yeah, to say the story is very interesting, very different would be an understatement, because it had me being like, for the first 2 episodes, I had no idea what was going on. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, watch it, because it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I started watching it impulsively because edits of it started popping up, and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. Let me give it a try. Ended up binging everything in like less than 24 hours. Yeah, so that's it for all of you people that didn't want any spoilers. Now let me chat. Let me fix my seat right here. So, in order to make things easier for me and for you and for us in this conversation, we are going to break down each ship individually and talk about them separately, okay? We'll start with the main ship, We're gonna start with the main ship, okay? Babe and Charlie and Babe. We're gonna start there. Okay. So Charlie and Babe, well, cute, the beginning, from the moment he walked in, then was just he being Charlie. From the moment he walked into the room, or even in the room when Babe had just finished racing, episode 1, and he's just following him and won't go away. I was like, okay, oh, he persisted. I see you, sir. Okay. Of course, over the time, we got to see the ship sail. We got to see Bond's form get stronger and all of that. I was like, okay, cool. That's cool. And then when things are just at a high, because they can never just make us stay happy. When you get too happy, that's when you know it's about to go down. And then, first bombshell that we find is we first find out what Charlie's power is as an alpha, and his being the absorption. And it's like, oh no. This whole time when he has been getting closer to Babe Candy, boy is busy stealing. Boy is busy sucking up Babe's powers all the time. And then the bombshell is that Charlie can give back the powers. He can give back the powers. But the only way he can give back the powers is if he dies. I was like, Charlie tells Babe, oh, sweetie, don't worry. I am prepared to die for you. Now, let's just come back to that. Let's just address that part there real quick. I am prepared to die for you, is what he said. That could never be me. I'm sorry, if I was Charlie, right? If I was Charlie and I was out here absorbing Babe's powers, and I told him that, boo, the reason you have been losing your powers lately is because I have been absorbing them. And the only way that you're going to get it back is if I died. I was telling him, you're going to wait like an extra 80 years because the only way you're getting them back is when I die of old age. But Charlie is determined. Oh boy, was he determined. Oh, he was determined, right? Came up with the plan with his brother Jeff, and was like, listen, in the next race, I'm going to get into a car accident. What did Charlie do? Get into a car accident. Charlie dies. When I tell you, I have never cried like that. It's been a minute. Okay, let me not lie. I've cried like that, but let me rephrase. I have never cried like that over a show, over a ugly cry is what I did. And then they only had us in our fields for an episode. Jiggy, next episode they tell us Charlie is alive. That's when I was like, I can go because what do you mean by that? Especially because Babe was getting his powers back. I'm like, you see, I don't like it when shows do this, when they tell you these are the rules. Now I know we say every rule has an exception, but sometimes I don't want an exception because they told us that the only way you're getting your powers back, babe, is when Charlie dies. Listen. I'm all for a happy ending. I'm all here for a happy ending. And when Babe saw Charlie for the first time after he thought he was dead, that reunion was beautiful, okay? But having us in our feels like that, only for such a short period of time, mind you, like it was heavy and they only had us that for one episode. And then to Jiggy tell us, oh, yes, we know that these are the rules, but here's an exception. Now let's talk about Ellen and Jeff real quick. I don't have much to say about these two. They were cute. We love to see the development of their relationship and all of that. Like, they were cute. I liked them, but I literally have nothing much to say about them. Like, now moving on to the friendship that stressed me out, and that is Babe and Way. Okay, these two, they had a pretty cute friendship. When we see the flashbacks and everything, we're like, oh my gosh, that was so cute. We loved the bond. They're cute. And now Way, it was like, friendship for who? We can take it to the next level. Like, no, sir, bring it back down. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I hated Way. I hated Way right up until the end, or let's say right up until just before the end. Way stressed me. Especially it's like, okay, dude, you see how the situation is right now, and it's not working in your favor. So how about you feast your eyes on Pete? And since I already mentioned Pete, let's talk about Pete and Way, okay? I mean, guys, you're telling me they had no plans of making this ship stable. Then Way died. I was like, but no way. I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that Way died and we didn't see anything really truly develop between Yana and Pete. Like the same time, but at the same time there was Pete and Kenta. Like I really enjoyed their flashbacks, right? Where we saw how they mingled together and they were friends and all that good stuff. I really enjoyed seeing that. Kenta was one of those people I wanted to hate him, but for some reason I couldn't. Because dude did a lot of crap. And dude was not getting the message. He was not getting the message. I mean, Tony treated him like crap from beginning right up until the end. And Tony literally when Tony was like, I am not your father, when he was really crying, I was like, you are not right now on your knees, Kenta. You are not on your knees crying to this man right now. And he was just looking at him and was like, I am not your father. We talk about how I cried when Tony died. And not because of Tony. I hate that man. But because Kenta was the one to do it. I was in my feels. Okay, for Kenta. And you could see it literally hurt him to be doing what he's doing. And his eyes was just tearing up. And I was like, oh my gosh, Kenta. Like, Tony's death was so painful to watch, and not because Tony was dying, I couldn't give a damn about that, but because Kenta was the one to do it. Yeah, man, hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Pit Babe, because I feel like a lot of people, everybody that has watched the show should have at least 10 things to complain about and rant about, but that's just me. We all feel different about it, but yeah, man, what a good show. Really enjoyed it. I'm actually sad it's over because it was so much fun to watch and just experience and be in your feels. Then you gotta wait a week for a new episode to come out because there's only one episode a week. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought. The favorite characters, favorite storyline, least favorite characters, least favorite storyline, all that good stuff, right? So until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, switch on that post notification bell, all that amazing stuff. I'm getting better at my outro. Until next time, bye.